I'm Dave, and I'm excited to be with you for the next few weeks and share with you the process of equipping other people for success, including your own, and the success of the organization you belong to. Now, one of the biggest reasons people leave organizations is not what most people think. The big reason some may leave is that they lack confidence in their work due to insufficient training and equipment. Now, sure, pay and incentives are important and are often what draw people, but how they feel after they begin working or volunteering soon outweighs the incentives. That's because people want to feel good about what they do, and not being adequately equipped makes them want to leave. Now, sure, most organizations' intentions are good, and some even have some pretty good training programs, but most miss a key step in the equipping process. And that's because there's a vast difference in what a coach does and what a trainer does, and this workshop is going to address that difference. Now, as a matter of fact, we're going to cover 6 distinct steps to correctly equip someone for the role. Now, not just to do their job right, but to become someone who can equip someone else to do the job too. That's how to create a culture of leadership and sustainability. John Maxwell once said, "The number one responsibility of a leader is to create other leaders." Now, as a leader, creating a following can be good, but creating a worthwhile movement is even better. To achieve that, more leaders are needed to carry out that movement. I once heard someone say, "The measure of a good teacher is not what the teacher knows, but what the student knows." What the person we equip knows and can accomplish after we've equipped them is how we can measure our effectiveness. Transferring what we know to the person being equipped isn't always easy, but we can be effective if we stick to the 6-step process in this workshop. I'm going to share an overview of all 6 steps in this session, and then we're going to dive right into step number 1. Now, following these steps requires intentionality to stick with them and practice until they become natural. So trust the process, but trust yourself to follow the process as well. Now, follow me in your guide on page 3. First, I set the example of what I want repeated, so I do it. This is the modeling step. Secondly, I choose people to do it, and this is the recruiting step. Third, I do it. I do the work I want done, and those that I recruit are with me, watching and learning by asking questions. This stage is the training stage. Now, this is important to know because we often skip this and move straight to the 4th stage. And the 4th stage is they do it, and I stay with them to coach them by asking questions, answering their questions, and giving them direction. The 5th stage is the empowerment phase, where we now release them to do it on their own. The 6th stage is the reproduction phase, where they understand that it's now their responsibility to repeat the 6-step process with somebody else. And this is how highly effective teams and organizations are built, by reproducing leaders to share more responsibility and expand the entire vision and organization. Great leaders know that too many followers and not enough leaders is a recipe for frustration and sometimes complete failure. In your guide, look at number 1. I do it. I model the leadership I'm trying to teach by setting an example for those who are watching. Now, people usually do what they see, but not always what they're told. Modeling the values, qualities, and behaviors that you want to see in others says much more than what you tell others. Remember, the most important person you'll ever lead is yourself. Now, with that said, let's look at number 2. The principle of modeling is all about setting an example. We need to ask ourselves, what do we want the people on our team to do? And the second part of number 2 in your guide poses the question we need to ask ourselves as we embark on the process of empowering others. Have I set an example for them in that area? Now take some time and reflect on that question. It's going to take a high degree of honesty with ourselves about our actual past and current behaviors rather than our intentions. And unless we do, we'll likely continue modeling the wrong behaviors. Albert Einstein once said, "Setting an example is not the main means of influencing others. It's the only means." Modeling what we want to see others do is vital to the equipping process. Chris Hodges shared with us on the Maxwell team the qualities and behaviors he models and wants modeled within his organization. And if he or anyone on the team fails to model them, adjustments are made immediately. Now, you may decide to incorporate different ones for your team, but the point is that you, the leader, must model the values and behaviors you want others to display. Chris's 4 qualities are: number 1, maintain passion. Passion's not always easy to maintain or sustain. And why is that? Well, it's because we're all human, and life changes as we move through it. But once we lose passion, we must find a way to fuel it, because as leaders, we want passionate people to carry out our vision and mission, don't we? Maintaining passion takes intentionality and effort. Number 2, he models and expects his organization to value people. People always come first. That's why we need the right people in the right place on our team. Now, the second step is critical. If we mess it up, we run the risk of subtracting value from the people on our team. Number 3, pursue excellence. Now, excellence begets excellence. Perfection is almost always impossible, but excellence is always possible. Excellence is a standard we set by modeling what we claim it is. Excellence is a subjective concept, but you as a leader get to set the objective standard for what you desire. Excellence creates comfort, but it stretches us first. Number 4, choose attitude. A lot of things make up attitude, but having the wrong or right one will affect a lot of things. Attitude is a door opener or a door closer to everything. So when you say choose a good attitude, you as a leader must model it, especially during demanding or stressful situations. The 6-step process of equipping others begins with, I do it. Now, here's your weekly assignment. Share what you've learned with at least one person and be prepared to share your experience at the next session with someone. Now, I'll see you in the next session, where we'll discuss the second step of equipping others, the recruiting phase.